So, anyways, I finished up book 2, which I'm pretty proud of. Dude, I'm sorry. I think this is like the Bible too. I mean, I swear to Christ, I think it's one of the best things I've ever done in my entire life. I mean, like ever, not just like writing wise. I mean, just like it's that good. Now, as you go through it, editing it, obviously this is a clip for you specifically. So any random people who may listen to this on YouTube, obviously this is meant for a particular person. So whatever. The one thing that I wish I had done, and maybe you could kind of tweak this and work it up as you're editing it. The whole point of book 2 was to start right before the old woman died, and then end that same Christmas, because it was the calm before the storm, where you had Dale T, Betsy, Jean, and I, and it was like this little, oh, isn't it nice, and blah blah blah, and we're all together, little family, blah 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 blah. And it was supposed to insinuate, and I don't know if I did it perfectly, but again, it was supposed to end there. Like, there might be a few things after that, but that was supposed to be like the crux of the whole, like the main story's done. And it was supposed to insinuate that, well, like I said, it was a calm before the storm, and that shit was going to hit the fan sooner than later. Well, now that I'm doing book 3, I couldn't help but take note of 7 months after that event, around June or July. Yeah, it was July actually. July, I think 22nd, maybe 24th. Jean gets the notice that she needs to move out from the upstairs apartment. And ironically, 13 months later, I get the boot. You realize it has been 11 years since I moved out. It's been 11 years since that event. Holy Christ. Holy Christ. So, this book is supposed to pick up right after Christmas, 2005, and then end basically 2 years later with me getting evicted. And then book 4 is going to be me moving in to the apartment upstairs, and so on and so forth. That's essentially how my process would work. So, not that if I were to die right now, you're going to come along and be like, oh, I want to finish this for him, kind of a thing. But if you did, I want you to understand where I'm coming from. So, I just spent the better part of an hour, and it really did take a long time, longer than it probably should have, because I don't have the ideal setup, and I can't help that right now. I had to go through and take Jean's letter that she wrote to Dale T and transcribe it, because what I have a copy of her letter, her 3-page letter, except it's not actually in print form, it's an actual photograph where I took photos of the actual pages. So, trying to go through, and I want to document it exactly as she left it, spelling errors or whatever, and all that stuff, punctuation or lack thereof. You think I have lack of punctuation as my editor? I'll tell you right now, holy shit, nothing was capitalized. Nothing was capitalized. So as I'm going through this, I literally have the first page transcribed right now. I'm going to be doing 2 and 3 later. I got 47% on this fucking tablet. I'm going to be doing the rest later. And I'm finding that my Pages program on the iPad is now starting to register the letter I in small case. Because I was fighting every single time I'd go lowercase, hit the little X because it wants to do it bigger case, and it would go to bigger case, and I had to backspace and delete it, and then hit the little thing and go small. I had to do it like every single time, and she used the word I a lot. So now that every time I start to do it, it's starting to recognize, oh, he wants I lowercase. So that when I'm done with these 3 pages and I go back to start writing normal, everything's going to be lowercase. Like, it's literally fucking up my program. I just found that kind of funny, but I don't know, man. It's just, I'm having, well, the last 2 books you put together, like you took everything, I sent you everything and you put it together into the table of contents. Well, I'm trying to do all that right now. 1, to save you from having to do it, and 2, because I want to do it. And I'm going to be honest with you, it's very, 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 very hard to do, because like, you do it, and you send it back within like 10 minutes, and it's like, oh, it makes absolute sense. This story goes here, that story goes there, it makes absolute sense. Now, technically, I don't have everything written yet, and some of the stuff that I do have written is like correspondence that we had through Instant Messenger, so it's like your name, a sentence, my name, ha ha ha, blah blah blah, and I have to kind of go through some of that stuff and transcribe that into an actual story. So I've got some stuff to do. Now, to be fair, most of the shit is done for book 3. A lot of it is. I'll say at least a good 65 to 75% of it's done. And I'm going to have to just make up a few, not make up, but like actually create a few of the stories and tell some of the background information and whatnot, and fill in some of the gaps, and it'll be okay. I believe it'll be okay when it's all done. Like right now, it's a little daunting because it's like, I got this story. Do I put it here? Do I put it there? Oh, I put it here, but now I want it here. Like, for example, I have 2 prologues, and now after Googling it, the consensus is that, well, some people say you should never have 2 because you don't need 2, and it's not the norm, it's not the standard. Other people say it's okay to have 2, but there needs to really be a reason for it. So I'm kind of iffy about that. Now, the first one that I had was when I fell into the septic tank. That should be the prologue. But then as I was reading through and I found some stuff, there's the story of Clifford, and you know, I'm like a newborn baby, and they hand me off to Clifford right before he dies, and he's like, "Take care of the boy." Okay, that is the prologue. That is absolutely the first prologue, and then the septic tank should be part 2. So I don't know if we should have 2 prologues, or if I should just make the septic tank story the first story. But it doesn't really flow. I don't like the way it flows that way, because it's kind of a backstory, and I want those 2 things to be first and foremost. Okay, you got Clifford saying take care of the boy, and then you got me falling into shit. So it kind of evens itself out, and then you go into chapter 1, blah blah blah, chapter 2, blah blah blah, you know, so on and so forth. So I'm a little iffy about that. But as it stands right now, I have the septic tank story as part, let's see, what is it, as the first chapter. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through the table of contents in book 3 so far. We have the prologue, which is Life and Death, which is the Clifford take care of the boy. Now again, a lot of these titles are subject to change, subject to tweaks, whatever. This is just obviously a very rough draft. I don't even have everything in it yet, so, but this is what I have so far as the table of contents. We have the prologue, Life and Death, which is pretty well set. We have part 1. I'm entitling it Love, Lies, and Family Ties That Unbind, which is the whole, everything starts to shit to bed, stepmother starts showing her true colors, the whole 9. Then part 2 is dissension in the ranks and more bullshit in the making. And then part 3 I don't even have a title for yet. So let's see, in part 1, Love, Lies, and Family Ties That Unbind, We have the septic tank story, Where Did My Life Go Wrong, Part 2, which is, the Part 1 is in the last book at the very end. Because the way I was originally going to set it up is that Where Did My Life Go Wrong, Part 1 was the epilogue of Book 2, and then the prologue of Book 3 was supposed to be this story. But then I found the Clifford thing, which is totally the prologue. And I don't know if I could have 2 prologues. Maybe I should just have, like, you know, a second prologue just because why the fuck not, or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, whatever. Because it would be better, because the next story would be much better if it were the first story. So, again, I don't know how. We'll have to discuss it when time comes. But the next story is called A Gold Digger's Guide to Getting the Most Out of Life. A Gold Digger's Guide to Getting the Most Out of Life, learning how to drain the lifeblood from an idiotic little man and his pathetic family while still being able to sleep at night. That should be chapter 1. So, yeah, I don't know. I really want that septic tank story to be a prologue. And again, I don't know if we should do 2 prologues. It just doesn't, I don't know. Or, like, prologue number 2, because why the hell not? Or something like that. I don't know. Maybe we could do something like that and kind of just play it up as a joke. Because those 2 should be just separate stories that really don't have anything with the main crux of the book, the main crux of the story. They're just kind of like background information or just little hints to the collective. Anyways, the next story is called The Uninviteds, which I'm sure you can totally get what that's about. Oh, dude, all these fucking people just running around the goddamn house. The next one, and I'm actually kind of surprised that I kind of like how it turned out. It's called Why Can't We Be Friends? And it talks about, it talks about Betsy and the whole thing about, well, what happened was she doesn't view my disability, the tethered spine, the herniated discs, etc., as being legit. She thinks I'm just fat and need to go exercise. So she got the brilliant idea that if they got a riding lawnmower, I could putz around in the yard riding the lawnmower. Which, just the thought of the vibrations and shit on my spine, holy fuck. And plus, at the time, I was trying to get SSI for obvious reasons, Because, again, we were the typical Republican family. We don't take handouts from the government and blah, blah, blah. Well, once the old woman died and we were in legit financial straits and I was pushing 30, it was time for me to have, to look into this, so it was just the way it was. Anyways, that's it for part 1 so far. So we've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, we got 1, 2, let's go, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, no, we got 4, okay, we got 4 stories so far for part 1, again, Love, Lies, and Family Ties That Unbind, or, I don't know, maybe Love, Lies, and, I like the Love, Lies, and Family Ties, 'cause I like how it kind of rhymes, but that, unbind part, I don't know, maybe that could be tweaked, I don't know, I'll have to play with it. Anyways, on to part 2. Part 2, dissension in the ranks and more bullshit in the making. We have the Uninviteds 2. Hold on, let me put a colon there. Kind of like Metallica's Unforgiven 2, only with a point, but with only with a point, something to that effect. Again, I'm going to tweak that a little bit. You know how they did that Unforgiven, then Unforgiven 2? I think there's even like Unforgiven 4 or some fucking shit. So, actually what it was, Unforgiven 2 was actually part of Unforgiven 1, but it was kind of a collective story where I thought the beginning part of it would be better at the top, and then, because it goes into talking about Jean moving, which I hadn't even got into yet. So the first part was better at the top, where it's kind of explaining what's going on currently, And then it goes into, well, and then Gene moved, which we hadn't even got into, so I broke it up into two different things. Oh, this is my personal favorite stories just because it's fucking crazy. Actually, it's kind of a two-part story, but it is what it is. The day I realized that my father loves the homeless guy more than me. Dude, those motherfuckers, they bought steak that one. Remember the time I was boiling steak? Remember that? And you got all uppity that I was boiling the steak? They left me with no other way to cook it. I mean, I could have baked it, but it was frozen, and I just... DOT's like, go to a frying pan. And it was just, once he said that, I was like, okay, I gotta get a frying pan, now what? Just put it in with what? It was just one of those things where they cooked their stuff up real nice. Well, they came home, made dinner, and I'm in my room with my door shut, didn't even realize it. I knew dinner was kind of ready, like it was being cooked, but I didn't know what. Anyways, Dale T runs off, goes up and gets the homeless guy to come down for steak, and doesn't even bother to tell me dinner's ready. So, yeah, the day I realized that my father loves the homeless guy more than me. Fucking asshole. And then the follow-up to that is the day I went out and find a half-naked homeless man standing in my kitchen with his arm elbow-deep in a jar of pickles talking about, hey, as if it's some sort of greeting. That's a hell of a title, I'm not going to lie. Some of these titles are like super fucking retardedly long. But they're stupidly retardedly long in a funny way, I think, I hope. And then the last part is part 3, which I don't have a title yet. I'm thinking something like, I don't know. That should be the title, part 3, I don't know. And I have terms of departure, which I actually wrote out a list of shit that I wanted before I left, because they were gonna toss me out basically, and it was like, okay, well, I need some basic shit. And then I'm taking Lucy with me, and I'm taking the water distiller with me, and of course, that fucking whore, that fucking Camdenite fucking whore. When she basically was like, oh, that's it, he's gone, get him out of here. And she took off and threatened to leave my father until it happened. She grabbed the fucking water distiller, knowing that I fully needed it and wanted it. She took it, put it in her car, and she drove off. And I'm like, you fucking whore. You fucking rancid whore. You petty fucking rancid whore. You're getting the goddamn house. You're getting all my mother's things. You're getting all our fucking movies. You're getting every single thing. You're moving up from an apartment from Camden to a relatively old but decent house. And you're being petty as a fuck about stupid shit. And I'm like, whatever. Anyways, we then have the epilogue, which I don't even have yet, and it needs a title. So that's basically what I've got so far. And as I said, I'm currently working on Gene's letter, because there's a couple letters. There's the Uncle Dale letter that my cousin Renee, who was involved in all this, in fact, she's the one who actually drove me up here on the day they threw me out, which I'll have to get into. And we packed as much of my shit into her car as we could. Dude, I was thinking about that. I came up here, I had literally a bed that was already here. I had my MacBook, the original one with the fucked up screen. And I had a dresser over in the corner where my desk is. And it had one of those big fat boy TVs on it. And I had a VCR that I watched. In fact, I haven't watched it in over 11 fucking years. That was Tomb Raider with Angelina Jolie 1 and 2. I haven't watched that in over 11 years. Wow. I may have to pull that out. Shit, I may have to actually watch that because it was 11 years. Holy Christ, dude. I was here with nothing. I had nothing. Do you understand that? Luckily, my cousin had the wherewithal to say, hey, why don't you bring up your AC unit too? So she helped me bring it out to the car. Oh my god, and for like 2 weeks I sat here with no internet. I sat here with basically nothing until one of the Hobbit's nephews brought my stuff up, and everything was all like thrown everywhere, just trash. Like, they didn't give a flying fuck about it. some stuff was broken. I mean, it was just. I think back to that and I was like, dude. And then after reading Jean's letter, because you gotta understand, in the time, in the moment, it was like we wanted Jean to leave. My mother wanted Jean to leave years ago. She was just hoping that she'd come up here and live with Graham, you know, and just get out of our hair. Well, she never did. And Jean never really understood that or knew that. So when he finally had the balls to tell her to move out at the behest of the hussy, I was actually kind of proud of him in that sense, because it's like, you know, but obviously from her perspective and everybody else's perspective, he was an asshole and blah 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 blah. Which, I mean, I understand both sides of it, because again, it's a sticky situation where it's like, we don't really want you here, we never really did, you know, because she was supposed to just come out, move out here for a while, and then like move in with us because she had nowhere else to go, and then find a place. Well, she never bothered to find a place. So for like 18 years, she was prattling around upstairs making demands, and it was just one of those. And she had no intent on moving. And I think what made it worse, especially for her, she had just gotten a new floor. She had just had the bathroom redone. She had just gotten new windows. They had just wasted like 10 grand on siding. And I told Jean, I said, don't put that money into this house. Do not put another dime into this house. I said, do not do it. Because I knew what was going on. I didn't have the heart to tell her. And, oh no, it's going to look great. Graham wants to do it. I'm like, okay. You know, I fucking warned that shit, and I'm going to talk about it. I'm actually make a story about that. I warned that shit. I said, don't do it. Because again, I knew that they didn't want her around. I'm telling you, she flipped her shit. I swear to God. She was, that Christmas, I think 2007? No. 2000, the Christmas of 2006. Dale T drove me up here. And it was just, you know, so the three of us could be together. And of course, you know, they didn't want to see him at that point. So he's like, oh, I'll come back for in a couple hours, because he went to go see his sister. And I remember seeing Jean. She greeted me at the door, and I could see she looked like she had just fucking been kicked in the face. She had just lost her stupid poodle. She had just been thrown out of the house. Yeah, she left in like October, so it was like 3 months removed from all of that. And she literally flipped her fucking. She literally lost her mind. And I'm not saying that jokingly, or she was out of her mind. She was saying stuff, and she looked horrible. I mean, like, you know, I don't know, man. It was just a really weird fucking little situation. Just a weird little situation. And, oh God, it's bringing up all these fucking things, and it's like, because you gotta understand, I could either leave well enough alone, and because you gotta understand, they're giving me like $100 every Christmas. So, you know, it's either do I dredge all this shit back up, which I'm going to, because I'm an asshole and I don't know any better, and I have to constantly have conflict in my life apparently. But this story needs to fucking be told. This shit needs to seriously be told. Because, I'm sorry, I'm sick of it. This shit needs to be fucking told. Now, I'm a little more apprehensive about this one. Like, book 2, pretty much everybody in it is dead. So, with the exception of Dale T, which I don't really give a fuck. The only other one was Dorrance, and I kind of make jokes about him. And I did take like 2 moments where, well, you understand, I wrote one part of it when Jean was still alive. Again, I wanted there to be a transition where she's a complete stupid fucking bitch, back when like I was 18, 19, 20 years old. And then book 2, she was supposed to still be a stupid bitch. And in book 3, she's still going to be a stupid bitch. But there was a transition as far as my feelings toward her. I said, yeah, she's a stupid bitch. She'll always be a stupid bitch. But we're kind of in the same boat now, so we're kind of stuck with each other. So it was kind of a transition of, I hate you, go fuck yourself, to I hate you, go fuck yourself, but I understand. You know, it was one of those things where I wanted there to be a transition. So I wrote this little segment explaining why I was kind of mean to her in the first book. And I also did the same thing about, because there's one part in book 1 that really kind of bugged me. And this was lost in translation, and nothing against you or just the whole thing, but I didn't really pick up on it. And it was the part about Dorrance. And now the reason I'm caring about it is because cousin Mary's in my life right now, and she's, you know, the one I pay the rent to and all that stuff. So I'm not saying it in the sense of I said something and now I want to take it back. It's not that, because what I said was truthful, but it just wasn't exactly completely truthful. In other words, in the sense that what the book said was that nobody liked Dorrance, which isn't technically true. I don't dislike the guy. He's got a wandering eye and is a little fucked up. I'm not going to lie about that. But like my mother didn't hate him. Basically, when I said that, like we didn't want him around because nobody likes him, is basically what we said. And the gist of what that was supposed to be was that Graham and Jean didn't like him. Because at first they hated him. They hated him. The fact that he was marrying Mary, basically. They hated him. Like, the Hills are this, because his last name's Hill. The Hills are this and they're that and blah, blah, blah. They're horrible, awful people, and I can't believe she's marrying him and blah, 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 blah. You know how Graham and Jean work. So when you put it all into perspective, at that time when I wrote that, yeah, they didn't like him, and they were kind of the two instigators. So when I said nobody likes him, it was kind of like nobody at the top likes him, so to speak. Or my mother did not dislike him, or at least not openly, not to me anyway. In fact, she even said, I believe it was like around 2001, maybe even 2002, probably at Christmas or Thanksgiving, or no, Christmas or Mother's Day, one of those two, or Easter or whatever. We were sitting around the table, and she said, you know what, as long as Mary's not being abused, as long as he's not abusive to her, and she's happy, then cut the guy some slack, he's family. Well, shortly after that, Graham started to have a little soft spot for him. Jean didn't until later. But I can safely say that when they both died, they both loved him as a family member. So it was kind of an interesting little thing. But when you read it, like if he were to read that and say nobody wants him around, it just seems kind of hurtful. Which they didn't really want him around at the time, but I kind of insinuated that we all didn't want him around, which I didn't care one way or the other, and my mother didn't care. My father was an asshole, so he probably would say, you know. But, like, the two of us didn't. It has nothing to do with it. I'm not just saying that after the fact, like, I feel bad that I said that. I mean, I don't feel bad that I said that because what I said was truthful. Because that's one of the things about the book, is it's damn truthful. And I didn't really care. I was not going to parse words with what was being said. So if there was a situation where Graham and Jean just didn't like somebody or didn't like something, or my mother didn't like something, or I didn't like something, I wasn't going to sit there and say, well, yeah, and try to be cutesy about it. I mean, the fact that I threw Jean under the bus, I threw Dale T under the bus, hell, I even threw myself under the bus, I threw the old woman under the bus, I threw the pastors under the bus at the local church, literally, and it is what it is. I threw them on holy shit, dude. That was a scather, that one in book 2. Again, I refer to it as that cocksucking church, that my mother gave everything she had to that cocksucking church. And I was like, fuck you, Pastor Morin, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I went ham on that shit because what they did was absolute fucking bullshit. And I don't want to get into that. But it's weird dredging up all of these feelings and all these dormant expressions of hatred towards some people. I don't know, man. But this shit needs to be said. It really need. This isn't like Graham and oh Peter, you're fat. You know, that shit doesn't need to be said. This does need to be said because that bitch thinks she got away with something and she didn't. So it is what it is. And again, I don't want to be mean to her, but the woman's fucked up. My stepmother's fucked up in the head. Now, I don't know if she's just conniving or if she's legitimately insane. I don't know what her problem is. But reading all this stuff, it's like you could clearly see, again, she kind of weasels her way in. We had that one Christmas, 2005. And then 7 months later, Jean is evicted. That next Christmas, it was all her fucking family was here. In bullshit. And I was kind of just off in the corner like, I don't know who these fucking people are. Big Christmas party. I don't like these people. I want nothing to do with them. And I think they picked up on that. In fact, I know they did, especially her mother, who was just fucking fruity and flaky as she is. It was just, I don't know who these fucking people are. All of a sudden I got these strangers in my house. It's not like, oh, church people that I kind of know by face and, you know, by sight. It's like all of a sudden, oh, gee, here's some random fucking people who are going to have a Christmas party. Days before Christmas. And I'm like, you know, it's like Christmas Eve. Or, no, it's Christmas Eve. And it's like, what? You know? So again, going from 2004 Christmas with the old woman still alive, to 2005 with her gone and now the stepmother's in her place, to now it's just her complete fucking family. Jean's already gone, and it's just kind of me solo over here by myself, and Dale T's partying up with all his little Skinner friends. These insane fucking Camden Skinnerites. And it's like, what the fuck? And then a year later, I'm gone. So you clearly see this pattern of like this waiting game, like it was calculated, and it's just, I don't know if it really was. It had to be, because just looking back on it, it was fucked up. Like she was going to take over the house, and Dale T was dumb enough to let her. And I noticed one thing, it's like, if you fuck with me, the universe comes back on you. The universe does come back on you. If you hurt me in some particular way, the universe will fuck you over at some point. I've noticed that, and I'm just glad that she dumped. Basically what happened was when she got the divorce, she got all this settlement money bullshit, and she dumped like 30 grand into that house. And just because of the way things were going, they didn't make their money back. They actually, they barely broke even. They barely broke even. So the whole thing, it was like the movie Money Pit. They threw all their money into the fucking house trying to fix it, to sell it, and they didn't get much for it. I'm glad. Serve them fucking right. In fact, I don't know I think they might be renting it still. I don't know if they're renting it or if they just sold it outright or what. I think they might be renting it. I could be wrong. No, actually, I think they sold it because I think they wanted to get rid of it completely and not have to deal with it. Because every year the fucking kitchen sink would freeze, and it was a pain in the ass. But I don't know, man. Just looking back on all this stuff, it's like I don't understand how one person feels they can do what they did, and that it's okay, and that I'm the bad guy, Gene's the bad guy, you know? It's like, if I came into your house and said, okay, well, you know, your disabled daughter, she's got to go. She's just got to go. And your eldest daughter is being rude to me, so she's got to go. And, of course, your son, you know, he's as square as a $3 bill. He's got to go, too. I'm kidding, obviously. You know, I mean, seriously, that's what it was. Are you going to come in and adhere to my bullshit? No, you're not. You're like, hey, this is my family. Fuck you. You know, you're coming into my family. But no. It was like I was coming into her family, and I'm like, wait, this is my house. No, it's her house. You know, literally there was a transition where it went from our family home into, dude, it's just the way it played out. It's like, I think back to that 2006 Christmas when it was just the four of us. And again, the year prior had been just the actual family, the way it was supposed to be. And then it was different. I understand she died and things changed. I get that. But it's like you see the transition, and like she got her foot in the door. She got her fucking foot in the door, and then it's just it was downhill from there. It was like, okay, it's her house, her family's here, her family here all the fucking time. They're always stopping by, check out the big house. You know, it was just fucking bullshit. Is what that was. I swear to Christ, I really seriously do. It's disgusting is what it was. Honestly, it was disgusting. And quite frankly, it pisses me off. It's just... But again, the question is, do I rock the boat? Do I even publish this? But I think the story has to be told. And if there's one person out there who lived through a similar situation, you know, I want them to... you know, experience the book and be like, hey, guess what? Not that that's going to happen, but, you know, if that's kind of in the back of my mind, you know, hey, you never know. You never know who finds it. You never know who picks it up. And if that means me not getting $100 every Christmas and Dale T getting pissed and not, you know, whatever. That's his fucking problem, you know? But yeah, he has turned sour on me. Oh, shit, dude. I said something jokingly to him, and he's like, fuck you. I'm like, a little hostile there, Dale T. Like, I wasn't even being a jerk about it. It was just like, oh, you missed your spot. Oh, fuck you. Or he's like, oh, you missed your turn. He's like, fuck you. He's like getting pissy with me and shit. It's like, I don't know, man. I really don't know. So, whatever. But anyways, I am kind of, working on book 3, like I said, and it's weird because like I'm trying to also trying to think ideas for book 4, because there's some really good stories like Graham versus the Bee, where she chases. You gotta understand, she's in a fucking Mary Walker chasing a bee around, and she's not supposed to be like doing any of that stuff because she just fell and broke her hip. Now she's chasing a bee around. And then Graham and the Big Whaler. That's gonna be that's a classic story. I don't even know if the story's that great, but just the idea of her going to Burger King and getting a big whaler. Peter, big whaler, Peter, big whaler, Peter. Oh my God, the idea I lived through, dude, the amount of shit that I've lived through in my life. I have literally, honest to God, I have lived through about 5 lives. I swear to Christ. Like, okay, I mean, like for example, take you. You know, lived as your youth, and you lived through George. There was that situation, and then there was the going to school situation, and then there was the, you know, living out yonder situation, and the getting married situation, and then, you know, but that was basic progression through life. I mean, seriously, living through the Dale T era, or living through the old woman era, then the Dale T Jean era, then the Hobbit era, and then the Jean era again, and then Graham era, and then just now Cousin Mary era. Dude, it's like, I feel like I've lived about 5 fucking lives, and not in a good way. Absolutely insane bullshit to the point where I literally want to cry myself to fucking sleep. That is how disturbing this fucking situation has become. So, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do, because I think I might have some stories on my old MacBook, but the problem is my MacBook isn't charged, and I'm currently not charging it right now because I was too lazy to get up. But no, I will admit, I was actually too lazy to get up. So there may be stuff on there, there may not be stuff on there. Because there's some stories that I thought that I had done a lot more with, like the Gold Digger's Guide. I thought I had done way more stuff with it. Like I thought I had like subtitles, subsections, and I thought I had broken that up into like a really definitive little narrative, and it was. I had something, but I felt like I had done more with it. I don't know, maybe it's a Mandela effect. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? And the idea that I had to put stock in the Mandela effect, hoping that it's just brings some sanity to my fucking life. Do you understand what I mean by that? Do you have a clue? Like, I know you don't. And you know, in fact, I know you don't. You think you do, but you don't, because you've got a relatively normal life. There is no time when you're like, gee, is that really my daughter, or is that a Mandela effect? No, I'm looking at it as, gee, is that really Dale T, or am I having a Mandela effect? Because he is, I swear to God, he is 180'd against me. Like, completely turned against me. On every single level. He and I used to joke and stuff. We used to, you know, kind of poke fun at each other and stuff. And just, now it's like, nope. They're not even conversations. Like, our conversations are like, you know, oh, it's warm out today. Yeah, I know, it's kind of warm out. Oh, what do you do lately? You go outside? Yeah, I went outside the other day. Yeah, that was basically our conversation. Meaningless chit-chat. That's the father-son dynamic now. Again, before we used to joke around and be like, oh, you're a fucking idiot. You know, and then, oh, I'm a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot. You know, we would joke around with it. Now it's like, oh, now you're a fucking idiot. Oh, fucking idiot. Fuck you. Now he's getting like uppity and shit. Like, I don't know, man. Honest to God, Dale T is like a Mandela effect. I don't know what happened to the motherfucker. He literally turned on me, so. I do kind of miss the old house, I'm not gonna lie. I do miss the old house. It was a clunky old fuck of a house, but I do miss it. 11 years. I have not been to my family home in over 11 years. Somebody else has it now. Somebody else is living there, making memories and dreams and bullshit. And of course, they ransacked the whole fucking thing, and it doesn't even look like our house anymore. God, I miss that. And having a store right next door, I miss it. Believe it or not, I miss the traffic. Like, it's quiet as cocks up here. I don't know how I feel about that. Just, there was a light from the store, and it would beam in my room, and normally you'd think that would be a bad thing. And it was to a degree, but once you got used to it, and I've lived there my entire life, so I was used to it. And then just to be able to go next door and get some shit, you know, I just, oh my God, I miss that. I legitimately fucking miss all that. I honestly miss all that stuff. Now I do, the only highlight for me is that Burger King is like right down the street. Like right down the fucking street. That is the only highlight for me. Oh, and the pizza. The pizza place where I can order the fuck out. That's it. Those are the only two highlights that like make up for that. And I'm gonna tell you one thing though. Today is Monday the 27th, and holy shit, I have lost a fucking day. I thought it was Sunday. I lost 24 fucking hours of my life. I was so wrapped up in the book. That Saturday and Sunday blurred together as like one big fucking day. Honest to Christ, I thought today was Sunday. That is insane. Holy shit, dude. Wow. Talk about Mandela effect. I lost 24 hours. Wow, fucking A. Dude, I was so wrapped up in the book because I was trying to get it done and get it to you, which I fucking don't know why I did, because you don't have time to do it anyway. Oh, it's the first week of classes. Then you put your classes on hold, motherfucker. You just sit there and you tell them to paint something and you read the shit aloud to them is what you should be doing. But that's neither here nor there. Because, I mean, let's be honest. You know, it is what it is. But I honestly, Christ, I lost 24 fucking hours of my life. Dude, I've lost the last 42 years of my life. I'm almost 40. Dude, I am almost 40 goddamn 2 years old. You understand that? People my girth, my size, and my health condition, we don't live into our 50s. So every fucking minute that goes by, I know how like 80-year-old people feel. I know how Graham must have felt the last 10 years of her life. Where it's like every single solitary second, you're like, I could die today. This could be it. This could be it. I am at that point. Like, if I get around 48, I'm definitely going to be like that. If I make it there, I don't think I'll make it that far, to be honest with you. I don't know, man. I'm not going to be here much longer, and I don't know how I feel about that. Because I've always felt like I was special. I mean, I know we all feel that way, but especially, I'm talking like with God. I always felt like there was something, like I had a purpose. I always felt that I had a purpose. And the reality is that I'm going to die a statistic and just be another, overweight piece of shit who died at early 40s. You understand that? My mother didn't even get out of she was only 52. 10 years. I literally have 10 years. And she was in way better shape than I am. And she was outgoing and did stuff and went places and dude, I don't know what to make of it. I have always felt that I was supposed to be doing something special. And I don't know what it is. I'm 42 years old. I don't know what my I don't want to say calling, but I don't know what my life experience is supposed to mean. Maybe it is the book. I don't know. I have no idea. But I always felt like I was supposed to do something. Like big, like world stage big, like Antichrist big, like I am the fucking Antichrist kind of a thing. Or I'm, whatever. One of the, like if you're in the church, the whole rapture, like I was going to be one of the people who's going to be raptured. I was going to be one of the people left here at the end, when Christ comes back. It was just, I always felt like there was something big in a religious text that I was supposed to be a part of. But again, the reality, I am just nothing more than a statistic. There is nothing different between me and some schmuck 5,000 years ago. And I don't know how I feel about it. Like, think about it. Imagine if you were a pharaoh. Your motherfucker's been dead for thousands of years. Jesus has been gone for 2. Think about the apostles. Fucking 2,000 years ago, over 2,000 years ago. Do you understand it? 2,000 fucking years ago, they've been gone. I can't bring myself to acknowledge the fact that there will be a point when I'm dead, and that there will be a day after that, much less a year after that, much less 5 years after that, much less 10 years after that. I mean, the idea, cause I was thinking about this the other day, and I was getting like really fucking depressed. My grandfather died in, 94? Do you realize how long ago that was? My aunt, Jean and my mother's other sister, she died in like 81 or 83, something like that. You're talking over 40 years. There's been 40 years since her death. Do you understand that? Do you get that? My mother's been dead for 15 years now? Or 18, no, excuse me, 18 years. 2005 to, no wait, what is it? 15 would have been 10. So yeah, 18. Or 13 years, excuse me. Whatever the fuck goddamn math is. It's been over 10 fucking years. Almost 15 years, that's what I was trying to say. It's been almost 15 years since she died and ceased to be on this planet. I don't know if I can bring myself to acknowledge 15 years after I'm dead. And I admit I'm selfish on that. Because the minute I die, I don't give a fuck about the rest of you at all. Like, oh, what about global warming? Fuck it. The minute I'm gone, I don't give a fuck. I hope there's global warming. I hope you all die. I'm just going to say that. I'm not a hero. I'm not a hero. The minute I die, I hope everyone else does too. Okay? I'm sorry. Call me selfish, call me an asshole, whatever. Been an asshole in life, might as well be an asshole in death too. So guess what? Fuck you. But again, I was just thinking about how these people have been dead for so goddamn long. Dale T's mother, 99. She died in 1999. Herman, I think a year, maybe a year and a half later. And it's like, I can't talk to these people anymore. I can't relive those events anymore. I can't go back and talk to them and go over and have hot dogs with my grandmother and Herman. And have him be racist and talk about Jennifer, the little black girl at school, and how I had a crush on her, which I didn't, but he racistly said I had a joke on a little black girl, basically, is what it was. You know, you can't go back to that shit. I can't go back to my grandfather and watch him whittle around in a fucking garage out there as he was building shit. I can't go back to that. I can't go back and you know, ask him questions. You know, that just bothers the fuck out of me. You know, I can't go and go watch a movie with the old woman. I can't go to the theater and watch the movie. We can't go watch the Avengers together. That pisses me the fuck off. That really pisses me off. That God feels that's the way it was supposed to be. And that irritates me. That fucking angers me on multiple freaking levels. And I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about that. Speaking of, like, depression, like, I get really depressed in August because it's, like, the end of summer. And, like, up here we have perpetual winter. It's, like 10 months of winter and 2 months of rain. That's basically what it is. With maybe about 3 weeks of, like, okay weather. That's our weather up here, and it sucks. But especially August, I get really depressed in August. I love spring because I love the idea that, okay, the snow is going away. It's getting a little warm. Because I like the snow and I like the cold, but I don't like it's so cold that my nuts have just gone away. Like, I have no more testicle. Like, they're gone because it's so goddamn cold. I don't like that. That's too cold for me. Like, we're talking like minus 20. I'm not, like, if it's like, you know, between like 20 and 30 degrees, I'm good. I like that. What is minus 20, 30 degrees? I mean, shit, dude, the last 3 years we've had minus 22 plus degrees. Minus 22, not just 22. 22 to me is great. Make it 22 degrees, perfect. Just cold enough where you need to have a little bit of a coat, but not cold enough where your nuts are falling off. You know. But, like I said, I get really depressed in August, like really depressed. Because I know winter's coming, and I love the fall. Don't get me wrong, I love Halloween, I love the whole leaves changing. I fucking love it, but it's like, I know the winter's coming, and it's cold, and it's just winter. Like that one year, it snowed October 27th, and it didn't stop snowing until about... No, actually, you know what? It didn't stop snowing until May 27th. Now, obviously, there was a little bit of time in between April and May where there was no snow, but it snowed on May 27th. And I always said that if we ever see snow in June up here in upstate New York, that if it snows in June, that means that's the end. We're all going to die. It was May 27th, dude. We're talking, what, 3 days shy of June? Holy fucking shit. I don't even know what to make of it. And we're talking snow. We're not talking just... I mean, it wasn't like enough to like coat the thing, but it was snow coming the fuck down. Like enough where you could see a little bit of blanket on the ground. It wasn't... I mean, you could still see grass. It wasn't like it was like an inch or two, but it was colder than it motherfucking should have been. And like I said, I get super fucking depressed right around now. This month. Plus, it was when they threw me out of the house. I got... Literally this week, actually I think it was like the 22nd, and this is like the 27th, so, what, 5 days ago? It's been 11 years since I was evicted from my family home. Do you understand that? It pisses me off. But I've been watching these shows, there's a couple of these little shows on YouTube. One is called Retail Archaeology, and the other one is, this is Dan Bell, that's his name, I guess, whatever. And they go and they tour these old abandoned malls. Well, Dan Bell does that a lot, but the other guy, he goes in Retail Archaeology. takes his little camera and just walks around and documents these fucking malls. Now, as somebody who can't get around anymore like I used to, being able to walk through these malls, it's really a lot of fun, and I love that shit, but it depresses me. Like watching KB Toys and watching Sears and watching JCPenney and Dillard's, and some of these fucking stores just go shit up bankrupt. Especially the Toys R Us. Dude, I am fucking super depressed that Toys R Us is no more. That really bothers me, dude. That really, really fucking bothers me. Now, there are some retails in, like, Canada that are still Toys R Us, but here in the States, this shit's gone. We have lost a fucking, a big name in the toy industry, and it really bothers me. Like, it depresses me on a lot of levels. I mean, if you just think about it, remember back in the day, Zehrs? Zehrs was another one in Rome. Ames, I think, is gone. Yeah, Ames is gone. What was the one before Ames? It was Ames, and then whatever. There was something else. That's gone. Price Chopper's practically on its last leg, if it hasn't already bellied up. Sears, like I said, is going. And Sears, I'm surprised it's even still in business. Like, I remember back in the day, when I was a kid, it was customary that if you bought an appliance, you bought it at Sears. It's just what you do. And now it's like, I wouldn't even buy a box of shit at Sears. Much less an electronic, or, you know, some sort of, like, washer or dryer. I don't know, man. But anyways, I love watching these fucking things, because it's just... Because, well, there's two different kinds. There's ones where they go through and there's, like, nobody in the store. Like, just walking around the supermarket or, like I said, a Dillard's or some of these other places out west. And just walking through them and just seeing. And you see the old, especially in the malls, you see, like, the old tiles and stuff. Because some of that stuff has not changed since, like, the 80s and 90s. So you see, like, this old school... woodwork and shit, and you see these, it's just really a cool fucking thing. I really get behind it. And then sometimes the retail archaeology guy, he'll go outside, he'll show the outside of the building, he'll walk around the outside, and of course he narrates as he goes. It's just fascinating to me, and I don't know if it's because I'm getting old. You know, it's kind of like my beans and fruit getting old. Scenario or what it is, but I really love watching these programs. And then, like I said, the Dan Bell guy, he goes through, like, abandoned malls that are, like, decrepit, and it looks like something out of a video game that, like, they're gonna, you know, run through. Like, there was this one where the ceiling had collapsed in certain areas. So you're walking through this mall, and it looks like it's a war-torn third world Somali country or some shit. It's fucking fascinating shit, dude. I don't know what it is about that intrigues me so much, the whole thing on both of these guys. It's just, I don't know, it's really, really weird that I like it as much as I do. I don't know, it's just, I don't know, again, maybe it's because I can't walk around like I used to. I mean, that's probably part of it, but there's just something about watching them go through these places and just seeing stuff on shelves, and it's like, and you see the decrepit. Like, how many times did you go into any of these stores and they didn't bother to even clean the place half the time, and there's these mildew stains on the ceilings and shit. They just didn't keep up with that stuff. And you go in there and stuff. I mean, like, I remember back in the day going to Comics Plus in the mall. It was either Sangertown or Riverside. I can't remember. It may have been Riverside. And then they left. And then a bunch of places, because again, you're going through these malls and there's only like 5 or 6 places still open in some of them. Because the mall scene is dying. Now, there are certain places where they're doing fairly well, and then others where it's like, basically it's a dying mall series, and you walk through and you see all these crates are closed off in these different stores that used to be there. You see the certain the name brand up top, whatever the name was. And there's some like Kmart where you see like the big K, and there's like a discolored sign, like a discolored thing because they took the K off. So like just the way the sun would beat down on it or whatever. So you'd have like this mark where you can actually see the letter K on the wall. It's just really weird little thing, and I can't get enough of those shows, man. I watch those. I watch those shows, especially in August. Just something about that depression with this depression, and it reminds me of like The Old Woman and just better times. And it's just like, I don't know, man. I can kind of understand where a lot of Trump supporters are coming from, where they want like they want to go back to a better day. I can get that feeling. Like if I don't know, there was just something about our grandparents' age. Now, it was a little racist, I admit. But there was just something about, like, my grandparents being alive, and, okay, we need a new appliance, so, okay, we'll give you, a couple $100 or whatever it is to go buy yourself a new stove. And we'd go to Sears, and it was like this mindset. It was just the way things were. And the way things are, I mean, I get that. I totally get that. It's like the Trump supporters go. I don't get the fact that they want to be racist assholes, mind you, but I can understand that. But, I mean, there's ways to go back to that kind of stuff, too. Like, I don't understand why we aren't doing things to try to keep some of these stores afloat. I mean, seriously, we have lost... I mean, the idea that we almost lost Hostess with Twinkies and shit. We almost lost that. We lost Toys R Us. Why ain't nobody stepped in, like government-wise, and stepped in and did anything over this stuff? It's just, it boggles my mind. Yeah, let it be a bank and a bunch of institutions of bullshit. Oh, let's tarp and bail out that bullshit. Whatever. Like I said, I really dig these fucking shows, and it's just... I don't know, man. It's just going through and seeing just the empty void that used to be a very thriving mall. It's almost like a metaphor for my life, just in general. Because you gotta understand, Dale T and I are the only two who are left. Of my original family, we are the only two that are left, and Dale T's kind of in Shitsville, so... Like, I honestly God, I remember going downstairs before the people moved in downstairs, and I sat at that kitchen table, and I'm like, I'm the last man standing, literally. And I could literally, it was weird. It's like one of those things where you start to have like a not really a flashback, but like you're almost trapped in like a time bubble, and like you kind of reverse time, and you can see like the paint on the walls just kind of went from like the dingy color to like a slightly brighter color. And because I was sitting in the dark, it was a daylight, but it was I don't want to say dark, but there wasn't a lot of light. There was light, don't get me wrong, but it was basically if you're sitting without the light on in the middle of the day, you don't really need it, but if you want to read a book, you might want to turn it on. So I was kind of sitting there, it was in the dark. It was like I could almost visualize it, and then I could just see like, oh, there's Dale T over there. He was using the beaters to do up the mashed potatoes. There's Graham sitting over there smoking. There's my grandfather over there. There's my mother. Like, I literally could see that, and I could just see them kind of just doing their own thing, because like I have visual memory of them actually doing certain things, and I pieced it all together. And I'm sitting there, and it's like, it was just a really weird little moment, and it was so surreal because it's all fucking gone. All of that shit is gone. There are people I don't even know sitting down at that table right now. And I don't know what to make of all that. I mean, I guess it's easier, like in your case, like let's say it was a similar situation. Let's say your entire family died, God forbid, obviously. But, you still got your wife, you still got your kids, you still got things you're doing, there's church, there's work. So you're kind of doing your own thing, and you kind of, when I realized, and I've realized this for a while, but that moment when I realized that we are now our parents, and our parents are now our grandparents, and our grandparents are now gone, and it's just this little conveyor belt of bullshit that we're eventually going to be what our grandparents used to be, and our kids are going to be looking at us like we're fucking assholes, changing our diaper and stuff, and want nothing to do with us, like we didn't want anything to do with them, because Granny and Granddad's kind of fucked up, living in the past, that bullshit. But seriously, the minute I realized that, like I said, I am my mother. I have taken my mother's place. Literally in 10 years, I will be in the same spot my mother was before she died. She was 52. I remember when my mother turned 30. And then I turned 30. And I was like, what the fuck is this shit? That's another thing I want to do. I might even do this for book 4. I don't know. But I want to do a turning 30 chapter, and then I want to do turning 40. So I want there to be like a 10-year gap between the two. Maybe that's what I'll do in book 4. Like I'll start out like turning 30, blah blah blah. Because most of the stuff because I was evicted at like age 27, pushing 28. Like my first birthday here was 28, and then I turned 30. And then a year and a half ago, I just turned 40. And in probably 6 months, not even that, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, 7 months, I'll be fucking 42 years old. Fucking Christ. Oh my God, I don't know what the fuck. I remember as a fucking child, I was probably 7 years old. And I was doing the math. Because my mother was 30, and I was thinking, man, my mother's old. She's 30. Fuck. What year will it be when I'm 30? And I was literally counting on my fingers. I'm doing the math, and it was like, not only am I 30, I'm over 40 now. Talk about God needing to redeem the time. Holy fuck. Seriously. I don't know what to do with that information. I don't want to be a statistic where I just die and it's like, oh, no, another obese man died at 42. I don't know, man. It's fucking troublesome. It's just, whatever. Anyways, yeah, great. Now I'm down to 19%. You know what I might do? If I'm going to be writing on a regular basis, they have some iPad 2s that are like the 9-inchers, like this one here. Now they're old, but for like $87 I could get a refurbished one. They're only 16 gigabytes, but if I could put Pages on the son of a... Actually, if I could put Pages and either the Marvel or DC app on there, I could have an entire iPad that's just comic books for like $85. And then what I could do is, if I want to do a recording like this, I can use the tablet that I'm using now, and then when it's down to 19%, I can then plug it in, let it charge, grab the other one, and then continue on what I'm doing. I may do that. I just don't know if I got $85 right now. Because next month I have to buy Amazon Prime, which is like $130 fucking now. Absolute bullshit. There's a couple games I need to get. My AC just fucking broke, like completely shit the bed. First off, I'm gonna have to have somebody come and get rid of this one, and then I gotta get a new one. Now, if I can get through September, which we have hot September, so I'm gonna be a little upset with that. But if I can get through September, I think we can make it to spring, where I could, hold off until at least January, February before I have to worry about it. I need to get a water distiller. That's going to be at least $100, if not more. Because I need to have one in this fucking house so that the day that one that I currently have out there shits the bed, I can just bloop and put the new one out. Because I need water and I can't drink this tap. Dude, you should see the amount of shit in this tap water. Holy fucking shit. Holy fucking shit. When I rinse out the bucket, the canister that the water goes into and then eventually boils out, the soot that it leaves behind, we're talking like inches thick, dude. We're talking, no, this is just, it's like, no. And then just that shit, no. And I can't drink hard water because it fucks my stomach up. Which is kind of back when I was talking about the Hobbit taking the stupid water distiller back in the day. Because she was fucking around and quote unquote decided to clean it and broke it and then felt guilty and bought a new one. And then when I said, when I was going to leave in my terms of departure, I was like, I'm going to take that with me. And then she took it and put it in her car and drove off like a stupid bitch. So I need a fucking water distiller. I've had one for over 20 years now, and it is what it is. So I gotta drop money on that. It's just, oh my god. So much shit going on right now, it seems like. And I've got to get an AC unit. I have to get one. Now, like I said, luckily it's winter, and if I can get through September, and I probably can, there'll be a few fucking hot days. I praise the fuck. Pray, no, seriously, and I mean that legitimately, praise God that I actually bought that $40 fucking fan. I went broke for the month that I had to get it. The last couple weeks of that month that I had to get it, I was broke because of that $40, and I'm glad I got the fucking thing because it's on right now, and it's blowing across my nuts, and I'm, you know, okay. It's a little warm, but it's what it is. You gotta understand, there is zero airflow up here. And now that they barricaded up all the fucking doors, this side of the house, like the bedroom, the living room, and most of the kitchen, oh my Christ. And then, because what happens is the sun comes around and it just beats on this side of the house, like all afternoon. It could be, if it's like 90 degrees outside, it's like 120 in here. It's like a fucking sauna. It's insane. Like there have been numerous times when it was actually cooler outside than it is inside. So, like I said, but that I won't have to deal with until at least April. Because, well, one of the reasons I like to keep my air conditioner, because I'll be honest, I turn that fucker on April 1st. I don't give a fuck. And it goes right into even parts of November, even a little bit of snow coming down. Because what happens is I need the airflow, so having that air just rush around, and the fans, all the fans do is just push warm air, so you get like this nice, clean, cool air, which I need to, you know, I don't know, breathe. Because it's a fucking bitch in the wintertime. It is a septic system of shit in the fucking winter. I mean, from that November, December, January, February, March, and most of April, that 5-month, 6-month time frame, oh my god, it's like, it's just this stuff. Like, literally, imagine if somebody just came up and fucking teabagged your nostrils. Just put their junk right in your fucking face and started flapping their dick against your forehead. That's what it feels like. That's what the air feels like up in here. And it smells like that, too. Whatever. Anyways, I don't know, man. I'm fucking depressed. You understand? I have nothing. I really do. I have nothing. Honest to Christ, the only thing that I have is my video games. That's it. I mean, I would be better off dead. I really would. Whatever. And again, what's sad about that situation, me saying that, is I'm not even saying that out of depression. I mean, I'm depressed, but I'm not saying that out of depression. I'm saying that more than just a simple fact. You know, just reality. And the thing is, I don't want to die. I know my life would be better probably if I did, especially if I believe in God and heaven and all that bullshit. Fine, I get that, but the thing is, I do not want to fucking die for whatever reason, and it isn't even. I can't say that it's completely self-preservation. It's just I like what I'm doing. I like the fact that Spider-Man is coming out in a couple weeks. I like that Red Dead Redemption is coming out next month in October, late October. And I'm talking as if we're already in September. I like that fact. I like doing that stuff. Believe it or not, I like the life I live, even though I'm living in a shithole where the dog has chewed up stuff on the floor and I haven't cleaned it up. He's peed and pooped out there all weekend and I didn't even bother cleaning it up. I'm going to do that probably as soon as I get up. Well, I was going to do it yesterday, but the sink was full. I had to do the dishes with the sink, and by the time I got done with the sink, my back was hurting, and I'm like, you know what? I'll deal with it later. So I'll mop tomorrow the pee, because I didn't want to let him out, because there was a few issues going on outside. There was fucking dead birds everywhere. Honest to God, it's like the fucking apocalypse. There's like dead birds on the ground, and it's just... It was raining, and he's out there digging holes, and he comes in all muddy, and it was just like, no, I don't want him out there in the rain, fuck it. So I let him pee on the floor. Now, that was yesterday, that was last night. No, it's been a couple hours, I admit. I walked over it twice, maybe 3 times. Yeah, because I did let him out a couple hours ago, and then I got up like twice to pee. And again, that's when I found it. That's after I woke up from a nap and found it. So I admit, I walked over the pee twice. I'm not going to lie. But like I said, I'm probably going to finish this, get up, try to find something to eat, and then while I'm cooking whatever it is I'm eating, I'll mop the fucking floor. I mean, I'm not going to like mop, but I'll mop the area that he peed. So whatever. I swear to God, I just wish my life was... not better. I don't want necessarily a better life. I just wish it was a little more constructive. I wish it was a little more normal, you know? Like, I can't have a normal life. I can't have wife, kids, job. I can't have none of that stuff. That's not in the cards for me. And I don't know why it's not. I don't know why God feels, well, you know, hey, guess what? You know, it's not good that he has a helper, but hey, whatever. You know, you find somebody and she's a fucking Jew, but hey, whatever. Let's not get into all that, you know. Seriously, one motherfucking person on the planet I gotta get hooked up with who hates Jesus. I mean, think about it. Whatever, I don't know, man. It's just, I'm getting to the point where I'm fed up. I'm just getting, between God and just daily everything, I just get fed up. I just get fucking fed up. I get really angry, and I can't help myself. It's getting to the point where I can't help myself. And I know that's not an excuse, and it's just here's the thing, part of me doesn't want to try to help myself. I want to kind of give into that shit and say horrible things and be mean and say things to God. I admit that. I am at that point in my life right now where I feel better doing that, and I don't really care one way or the other. Now, I may care at some point when he sends me to hell, but you know, that is what it is. I don't know. I just, you know, you just need that one little something. Just that one little something that'll put you over the edge and make things so much better. You know, just that one little thing. Be it money, be it love, be it Burger King. I don't know, whatever. Actually, some Burger King wouldn't be so bad. I mean, fuck, I might even order out today. Shit. I think I got like 20... I think $50 to my name for the rest of the week. I might order out a fucking sub today. And I think I'm going to buy Deadpool 2. I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh, I'm going to buy some shit today. Fuck you. I think I'm going to buy some shit. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy Deadpool 2. And I'm going to order a fucking sub today. I think that's what's going to happen. And then on Friday, I'm going to order out again, too. And I don't care the fact... Dude, I swear to you... Well, no, to be fair, it was WrestleMania. Let's see, I spent $26 at the beginning of the month. I spent another $22, so what is that, 50? I spent another 50 on WrestleMania weekend, and I'm probably going to spend about another 20 bucks now. So I spent over 120 some dollars on takeout this month, and I don't feel guilty about that. Oh, like I said, one, it was SummerSlam, and I wanted to order pizza and wings, which is why that shit was 50 bucks. That pizza and wings was fucking expensive shit. I don't know, whatever. But I'm kind of in the mood for another pizza. You know what I might do? You know what I could do? I could get a calzone. You know what I could do? I could get a calzone at half a sub. That way I got a little bit of the sub, I get a little bit of the calzone / pizza, and then I could still get, that's what? See, I don't know if I have enough money. Actually, no, probably what I'll do is I'll just get a sub with some french fries and some onion rings. So I can get that around $19.96. So about 20 bucks. Yeah. That's not too bad. And I still have probably about a good 10 bucks left over. You know what? That might actually be the way to go. In fact, you know what? Fuck, I think that's the way it is going to go. So I'm going to order out today on Monday, and I'm going to order again on Friday. And I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care what the neighbors think, because I know my neighbors or the family members on the next house down. I know they look out and they see that shit, and they're like, "Oh, order not again, eh?" One of those fucking things. And I'll tell you right now, I don't give a fuck what they got to say about that shit. I'm 400 pounds. I'm gonna eat the motherfucker. You know? I got no fucking money because. I swear to God. I mean, I did. I spent 120 bucks this month just on takeout, and that didn't include the 2 Burger King trips. I mean, if you count those, that was 20. And the other one was 27. Because you know what I did? Oh fuck! You know what I did? The last time I was there, it cost $27. It usually costs me around 20, maybe 22 if I really, go overboard. This cost me $27. That's right. So an extra $7 went toward that. So you're talking like $50. So I spent like 170 bucks on takeout. Oh shit! I did not even realize that. That includes today too, by the way. Oh, fucking A. Whatever. What happened was I had this coupon for 2 small fry and 2 original chicken. Now I love the original chicken. That's my go-to. But you go to Burger King and you go and you get those smells. You get that fucking flame broiled fucking smell. You got to get a burger of some kind too. So I had 2 miniature fries, like I said, which probably is about the equivalent of maybe a large. Whatever. And I had the 2 sandwiches. And so I said, you know what, fuck it, let me just get a number 2. Because I want to get a drink, so I want to get a Whopper and then a drink. So, alright, so I'll get an extra thing of fries. Which, when I'm sitting there, the dog eats the fries with me, so, we were going to share the fries. So I basically had 2 large fries. And because I was going to order stuff for lunch and dinner, I was like, okay, I just randomly said, give me 2 rodeo chickens and let me. Oh, and I also had to get the 10-piece chicken nuggets for the dog because he eats basically he eats the chicken nuggets and he eats a few of the French fries. He's not a big fan of the French fries, but he will eat a few of them. He's a picky eater. I don't know what his problem is. I'm like, dude, it's takeout. What the fuck, And because I wanted to try the fucking thing, I tried the jalapeno chicken. Oh my god, I love that fucking thing. It is hot as cocks, but I love that fucking thing. I was going to try the burger, but I was like, no, man, let's try the crispy chicken. That shit is good. That shit is fucking great. I love that sandwich. I want to take that sandwich, unwrap it, and shove it up my fucking ass. I love it so much. That is a good quality fucking chicken sandwich. I don't know if I'm a big fan of the bun, because it's not like your seeded bun. It's more that that little round top kind of weird, I don't know, it's kind of a weird little bun. But oh my god, they got this weird little funky sauce. That shit is good. I approve of that shit. And they put those jalapeno peppers on there. Which those they could take or leave. Cause I'll be honest, my stomach was like blah, 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 blah. After eating that shit. Cause it was like, holy fucking shit. My tongue was like, you know, it's like 5 sizes too big. It was like, I mean, that shit was hot. Okay. And that's why it cost me so fucking much. Dude, the idea they sell sandwiches for like $6. That sandwich was like $6 fucking dollars, dude. I don't know what the hell, why it was so fucking expensive. Because the meal should have cost me around 10, maybe 11 with the nuggets, and then I had the $5 for the 2 original chickens and the 2 fries. So that should have been like $16, $17. 18, 19 with the the 2 rodeo chickens. So that's usually what I get. Usually around $20. Because again, I'll have lunch and I'll have dinner. So I have like three little sandwiches at dinner, and then like maybe 2 sandwiches and the fries and whatever else for lunch. Yeah, okay, whatever. You know, 400 pounds assuming. Whatever. But this fucking sandwich was like $7 goddamn dollars, and it was totally worth it. Totally motherfucking worth it. Absolutely. That I think they may overcharge me, but I don't know. It was $7 though. But holy shit, I appreciate that sandwich. I want another one of them jalapeno motherfucking spicy chicken sandwich. That shit is good. Like you should sell your children to go get one of these fucking things. Okay? Fuck your kids. Get rid of your kids. Your kids are going to be nothing. This sandwich is more important than your entire family. You should disown your entire fucking family and go get this sandwich. And then sit there and eat it in front of them. You may want to take the jalapeno peppers. You may want to have them hold that shit. Unless you don't mind spicy. Dude, I don't know what it is. I'm in a spicy kick lately. I've been since Gene died. I've been on this like spice kick because I was never allowed to have spicy chicken wings because the old woman would order, Betsy would order, Gene would order, somebody else would order, cousins would order, whatever. Well, after Gene died, I started ordering out, like, takeout. Because it was one of those things where, like, if Gene saw the takeout show up, she'd piss and complain that, you know, you're only giving me X number of dollars for rent. Why are you wasting money on this? And I was like, I didn't want to deal with all that stuff. After she kicked the bucket, I have ordered out almost every single month. No, in fact, I have ordered every single month since she passed. That was like 2+ years ago. Well, February. So it was, what, 2 years February? Or a year, whatever it was. I have ordered out every single solitary month, and I don't feel guilty about that. So every time I order wings, I say, fuck you, I'm getting hot wings. I want the fucking hot wings. I have never been allowed to have goddamn hot wings in my fucking life. I'm 42 fucking years old. I'm nothing special. I'm gonna die like everybody else. God damn it, before I go, I want some fucking hot wings, and that's all I'm gonna say on that shit. And I don't give a fuck what anybody's got to think about that. So, because, you know what? After about 30+ years, I got a little tired of mild fucking wings. I just did. And I was like, you know, hey, I'd like to try the hot wings. And I was like, every time, hot wings, no. And there's, dude, I am on this kick, this buffalo sauce kick. Like when I die, I want you to drown me in. I want you to basically put me in a vat of buffalo wing sauce and just stick me in a fucking grave somewhere. I fucking love that stuff. Dude, buffalo pizza, buffalo chicken pizza, buffalo chicken subs. Oh my god, you put that buffalo sauce with some lettuce and tomato, and it kind of melds together with a little bit of mayonnaise. It makes like this tangy buffalo sauce stuff, and the chicken and the cheese. I like American cheese with that for some reason, because the American cheese, when it gets wet, it almost like it melts a little bit. When it gets wet with a little saucy stuff, and it's just, I like American cheese with that. Normally I like either a provolone or a Swiss on everything else, but that is just, holy shit, you know, that is good stuff right there, especially if they do it right now. The freaking takeout place up the road does not do it right. They not put enough fucking sauce on that shit. It's dry as shit, and it pisses me off. They don't know how to do it, and it irritates me. No, seriously, buffalo. I am into the buffalo chicken thing. Like every time I get a fucking antipasta, which I usually get quite a few, I always have them put a crap ton of chicken on that sumbitch with the buffalo crispy chicken. Oh my god, there is actually something kind of interesting about a tossed salad with that buffalo sauce on it. It doesn't really do anything, but I like it, especially with the chicken on top, and especially because sometimes what they do is they have the little squirt bottle that squirt over the top of the chicken on top of the salad, and some of that sauce kind of drips down, and you put like a ranch dressing on that shit. Oh, dude, it's perfect. It's fucking beautiful. It's so good. The dog comes up, he starts licking it. He likes ranch dressing. I don't know what it is. Like every time I get done, like I'll eat all the good stuff out of it. He'll come over, he'll lick the lettuce, and he'll be flapping his tongue with a piece of lettuce on it, trying to get it off. It's absolutely hysterical to watch him eat fucking salad. Because what happens is the ham that they use is just straight garbage. So what I do is I pick out all the little pieces of the ham, and he gets to eat those. I eat basically I eat the rest. I eat the chicken, and we'll split the cheese, the provolone cheese, and the salami. And he eats with me. He sits right in the chair with me, and I got this thing over sitting on top of my gut with a fork, and I'm like just eating it, and he's sitting there with me. And when I'm all done, he'll come up, I'll put it to the side. He'll come up and he'll stand on top of me. He'll put basically have his back paws on the chair, because you got to picture the leg lift up. He'll have his front paws on my gut, and he'll be like head deep into this bucket of salad, this styrofoam of salad. And he's licking and licking, and like I said, he does not like the Italian dressing. He likes the ranch, like I said. And especially if you got a little bit of that sauce mixed in, dude, the fucking dog likes hot sauce. Because what happened was well, when he first came, he was a puppy, and just like little kids, they teeth and they want to chew on shit, and puppies don't know any better, so they start chewing on everything. Well, this motherfucker started like chewing the wall. Like there was this little nook, little nick, and he started chewing. Like there were literally three holes in different walls up here. And he was like chewing the plaster, like. Anyways, everybody said, put some hot sauce on it. That'll fix him. He goes up there and yeah. So I made my own. I took some hot sauce and like a bunch of pepper and some water, and I literally just made like this paste, and I kind of like rubbed it on the wall. So you got like this filthy shit in this little crevice on the wall underneath the table, and the one in the bedroom. He came up and started eating it. He loved the fucking hot sauce. So every time I get hot wings, he's all excited. It's funny. Like, he won't eat certain things, but hot sauce he just loves. I mean, he's definitely my dog, I guess. Oh, speaking of food, I will tell you one thing to pet peeve. Now, I will eat practically every known vegetable. I'll eat cauliflower, I'll eat broccoli, I will eat celery. The one vegetable that fucking pisses me off, the one vegetable I will not eat, it's not even bad. Now, like if I was at somebody's, like if I was at your house for dinner and your wife made this, I would eat it. Not because I don't want to make her feel bad. It's just, I will eat it, but it's just not. If I could go the rest of my life without eating it, I would be happy. And that's fucking green beans. I fucking hate green beans. I fucking hate them. I fucking hate them. I hate green motherfucking beans. I don't care if they're canned. I don't care if they're frozen. I don't care what the fuck they are. I don't care if they're raw. They fucking suck. I hate green beans with a fucking passion. I will eat them, but I fucking hate them. I don't know why I hate them. And they're not even really any different than broccoli or any of that other shit. Now, one of my personal favorites, I like the, what are they called? The little mini cabbages there. What the hell are those called? Brussels sprouts. I like Brussels sprouts. Don't know why. They taste probably worse than freaking green. The green beans don't necessarily have a bad taste. I just don't like green beans. I don't know why. Like I said, Now, back in the day, Dale T used to like this little dish that we would do where we take canned green beans, take 2 cans of canned green beans, you drain them out, you stick them in, and you put a stick of butter in, and then you pour breadcrumb over top of it, maybe a little salt and pepper, and it breads the green beans. And that's okay. I don't want to say I kind of like it, but I don't hate it, but I don't love it, but I hate green beans. So we used to do that. But just to eat green beans straight up, fucking sucks. Anyways, I was at the store and I got some Brussels sprouts and I was like, okay. And it was 2 for something, and I was like, well, alright, let me get the other one. And they didn't really have anything I wanted. I didn't like their corn from the time before. And I was like, well, I could either get another thing of Brussels sprouts, or, well, let me get something else. And then it was like, what else is there? I find fucking green beans. And I haven't had green beans since I moved here. I haven't had green beans probably in the last 25 years. No, maybe not that long. Probably 18, 20 years. I have not had green beans, purposely. No, actually, you know what? I think I did. I think I did at one Thanksgiving. They had, because we used to get these takeout meals. And I think they had green beans in one of them once. I think that was, yes. So I think I had green beans like once in the last 18 years. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna break down and buy this, because I haven't had green beans, and like I said. And it turned out to be those sliced green beans, which I hate even worse. Because it doesn't hold the flavor. It doesn't hold, it's just, and they're thin. And it's just, I hate it. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. So I have this whole bag of frozen fucking shit, and I tried to have some the other day, and it's just, no. Why did I buy these? Anyways, I gotta go. I'm at 6%. I wanted to do some more on the book, and now I'm at 6% because I did this stupid fucking clip for you. This hour and goddamn 40 minutes. Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck you and your advertisements telling me, dude. It's telling me where I live. It's got Boonville. If your car is over 3 years old, we hope you know this ridiculous and easy tip. Fuck you and your commercials, assholes. Fucking don't like that. Tell me where I am. I know where I am. Freaking push notification piece of shit. Anyways, I gotta go. I'm hungry and I gotta go. I basically gotta go step over some dog pee and then go clean that up at some point. But like I said yesterday, I had to do dishes, and now the dishes are somewhat done with the exception of what I ate last night. So after I do about a dish and a half, maybe 2 dishes, by the time I'm done, because I'm gonna go get something to eat right now, then I will mop the floor. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I just this was kind of a rambling video. I don't give a fuck. I really don't care. Anyways, that's it. Fuck you. Bye bye.